Jolito. In this video, I want to talk about how we can stop wars from occurring in the world, and the next World War III, and also the next World War IV, um, between patterns of attraction and also patterns of sequence that are known all too common to men. Here in this right here, I have a diagram pulled up from I think Reddit, and it has a pictures of celebrities, people who you would know as very successful people. Okay, so here we have Egyptian, an Egyptian. We have a Hittite. We have a Moabite, and we have these three people right here. I don't think they're from America. They may be. I'm not sure. His name is Israel. He's an MMA fighter. Um, when you look at stuff like this, man, and you see like the science behind research that kind of is put out there, and people like they study haplogroups and stuff like that, and like what a person is more susceptible to be as they grow old in age. Um, and here's another neat photo. When you see stuff like this, man, you got to know like the research is out there. They predict stuff happening very onset and very into the future. They know when stuff is going to happen, and they know when stuff is not going to happen. Um, like this right here is neat. You would think like, okay, this much study is done. None of these people here on this grid here are alike on this list of phenotypes. None of these people on this list here are alike either. You have Bantoid, Congoloid, and Pseudonoid. Um, none of the people are alike, right? So you wonder like, how can we prevent wars from happening? How can we prevent from cataclysms from occurring? And the simplest way is to have immigration in check, have court systems in check, and have, because you really don't need courts. You really don't need courts. You just need to have immigration in check, because people really want to be left alone in totality. So you can see right here, this looks like a southern Ethiopian too. This looks like people you can find in Sierra Leone. She kind of looks like someone you would see in Washington, or the Chinese state. And these people right here, these look like people you would see in Detroit, or Canada. So I think like people, to prevent like stuff from happening, like people should have a sense of how can we um, how can people get along and not have to like be carried over into another world war, because a lot of these world wars are on the basis of our absence and our presence, because there hasn't been a war that black people haven't fought in. You have black Israeli soldiers. It's crazy as that sound. So you have right here two people. They're different. They wouldn't get along. And I noticed this like in high school. You can see like people who would get along and who wouldn't get along. You had people who would be susceptible to be picked on. Like he would be susceptible to being picked on. He wouldn't. Okay, just look at the way he looks. He would be a person who would get joked on. And I know this because like I would be what you consider the African American. Like I've never joked on anyone, but I already know like how people are when it comes to the culture. It's called cracking jokes. All right, so they will laugh about his upper lip. They will laugh about his chin and his lower lip. All right, so he would be more inclined to play football. He would be more inclined to be violent. Um, so is he. He would be more inclined to be an actor. he would be more inclined to be a carpenter. So like when we study humans, like we shouldn't shun science. Me, I'm definitely a scientist. Like I love research. I love studying people because like ultimately, after your years in college, you want to live life. So like if you get a chance to live life, you want to study human activity as much as possible. So that's what I do, and I have no shame in it. Um, so these are distant people. These would be African Americans, distant cousins. You see people who have a dark skin tone. This is somebody's grandmother in America. This is their first cousin. So when you look at tribes that separated a long time ago, and they still have a blood quantum of melanin drops in them, it never goes anywhere. I have cousins who look like him. So like we shouldn't be quick to just like say, okay, have a nature about us where we're just not kind to people. All right, there's nothing wrong with joking, nothing wrong with cracking jokes and stuff like that. But let's be realistic, right? So, all right, and we have something like this. Studying of temperature, studying of thoughts, studying of the way the face looks and genetic characters. All right, so this stuff is very important. But like and when you look at stuff like this, right? This is important. She wouldn't get along with him. She wouldn't get along with him. Um, these two will be on the first basis. Um, these two wouldn't get along. These two wouldn't get along. These two would probably marry these two. So um, let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like when you these two wouldn't speak to each other. And so I'm basing this off science. So this is not something like I don't want people to come on the channel and think like this guy here he's lost his mind or anything like that. I'm basing this off sciences. I mean, I should put in my bio is I'm a scientist, but I'm not gonna do that. I think when people see that I speak a different language or speak a number of languages, I think they're going to pretty much either thumb down the video or just go the other way. I don't think they're going to waste their time trying to persuade me to be some certain way. All right, so here's a figure. And again, these two have blood quantums together. These two have blood quantums together. So we do mix. And it's unfortunate because like he's mixed. This is how he looks right here. All right, and it just happens to be in the same AI box. This will be his image, his avatar right here. They look the same way. So like his people mixed with these two right here. Okay, this could be his mother. So and then when you look at stuff like um, this phenotype can be found all around the world. Right, from skin color to hair color to eye color to freckles. Right, so I would say um, this woman right here, she could be a Caucasian woman. This could be melanin in her that's from melanin shots. All right. So like we need to study. She looks like an Ethiopian. This is what I'm saying. Like to stop wars from happening in the future, um, because you arguing with someone that vibration is felt throughout the world. And this is what I'm saying. Like black people practice voodoo very well. They know stuff like that other people don't know. Like if you see a fight on a street, you can bet 9 times out of 10 that's going to be the guarantee of a World War VI. We're already in cahoots for World War III. So if these SDGs are not achieved by a certain limit of time, a lot of people are going to suffer. Like a lot of people aren't going to be able to live life. And I can just tell you that right now. So you can see her. She has a white face. She has a nice amount of dark hue. You would look at her and you would know that she hasn't mixed in a long time. Okay, this person looks like a Papua New Guinean or Fijian or a Solomon Islander. She has a white face and her nose dips, so you know she doesn't really have a an intrusive history of white genes. All right, so her nose drops. All right, and so this guy right here, he's the same way. They look just alike. Um, and you can see their physical traits right here. Right, so these people they commit incest and their kids don't come out deformed. All right, so that's why God said, don't mix strains. All right, so what is the first thing people do? They get a girl pregnant they go to high school with, um, and they get another girl who they see at the job pregnant. So now you have two kids by two different baby mothers. All right, you should always supposed to choose from your village, not from your city dwells. So this is that's a common adage that I would like to keep. You always supposed to choose from your village and not your city dwellings. And so that goes along with Leviticus 19:19. All right, and so this is interesting. Diet, right? So diet, and this is genomics. So you got pathogens, diet, toxins, and climate geography. All right, so transcriptomics, epigenetics, proteomics, metabolics, microbe. Um, so it's interesting. I'll say that much. People like certain smells, so they're gonna go to pathogens and diet. You wouldn't see an Ethiopian eating fast food every day because they don't like the smell. Um, and like if you're on a flight with the Ethiopian, like you're on an Ethiopian airline or something like that, you're gonna smell like their pits. It's gonna smell like spice, like curry. And I experienced that a lot when I was taking MSP. When I was on the Minneapolis St. Paul flights. Okay, so epigenetics and this right here, pro- proteomics, toxins, climate geography. Okay, Ethiopians like to be in a cooler environment. Their country is cool. They settled there a long time ago, so they would be susceptible to that. Now, West Africans, that's different. West Africans, they can do fast food every day. Not our fast food, but theirs. They like bush meat. So they can do that. But even though they still cook their foods, but they like fish and stuff like that. But they can do fast food because they like the smell. They like that reek. So um, I wouldn't be able to do it. I would fall more along the lines of Ethiopia because I can't do fast food and I can't do hot environments. So I would fall along the lines of Ethiopian, East African. So I would be more so in the regions of China and eastern parts of East Africa, around the lopsided of the equator. So this right here is shows mixtures. 640 serum metabolites, ancestral regions. Okay, European population, African population. All right, so Native American population. So we all have admixture, right? And the thing about the African Americans that people don't like, as you can see right here in this depiction, is that the dark guy always goes for the lighter tone women. Like you will see an African American guy speaking to a Mexican woman trying to get our number. And this is the majority of our lines. Like you'll never see a black woman choose a Latino male over a white male. Like you would never see that. Um, their first choice, like her first choice, would be a dark skinned guy or a white male. Um, it's just the truth. I don't know why women are like that, but that's the truth. Um, so these kids right here, these would be okay. He would be like I can see some mixture in there. So he would be like Hittite. He would be like Moabite. And he would be like Egyptian. All right. So as you can see, war started with the darkest people. The darkest people start arguing over facial features. This is what cracking goes, cracking jokes. And if you look at the word cracking, it just means a serum in your DNA is cracked. So there's some genealogy for you and some genetic study. Um, yeah. All right. So she spent her indigenous life in Mexico, but she's from Africa. Her younger years. And here's an interesting image. All right. So again, you have um, an Egyptian, an Egyptian, a Moabite, um, an Egyptian, an Egyptian, um, a Hittite or a Moabite, an Egyptian, and an Egyptian. Right. So this is the beauty standard to be an Egyptian. People like fair skin, small noses, and protruding lips. So these people right here are from a desert in Africa, in the West South African regions, in the going towards West and South. All right. So, and these right here, you can see that African Americans have a different type of and a lot of this stuff come from like eating fast food. They have a different disease factor. We get razor bumps. I don't get razor bumps for some reason. Mm, I get like pimples, but I don't even get pimples anymore. I got pimples when I was a teenager, but I don't get pimples anymore. Like my face is clear. All right, so like Chinese, they would be more so Hittite or Moabite. So these people will be like Mesopotamian. But you can see right here, Malaysian, they will be Malaysian, Filipino, or Polynesian. Those would be like their origins. So these are people who practice medicine a lot. You can tell by their eyes, they're blinded. So they don't focus on everything. They focus on one thing. So these would be like scientists. All right. So you can notice that feature too. All right. So he would be someone who likes to um, hike. He will be someone who likes to explore. He will be someone who likes to deceive, play tricks. All right. So you got to notice phenotypes, man. You got to notice who people are in nature. All right. So, yeah. She would be someone who is I can't really like study women because that would be like hyper intolerant. Um, but like some people will look at her and say like, okay, she will be defiant in the future. She will be a defiant person. All right, so this person right here, he has an admixture, but his dominant admixture is caring. Like he's a caring person, right? So she is a person who does secretive things. She's very secluded. Right? So she will be like a amateur scientist. She would just be someone who likes to be um, native and current, like someone who likes to fix problems that's in the scope of being fixed. She's an indigenous person. This person who I'm speaking about is her right here. All right, so yeah, I like tables, man, that have information on it, that studies human behavior and human activity and human patterns, right? Because if we don't know human patterns, we don't know people. All right. This is why I'm kind of glad that I look the way that I look. Like, because at most people would try to pick on me. But, like, once they see, like, I'm an athlete, they'll kind of back down. This is why people don't approach me like they used to when I was shorter. Um, if I looked at, like, a demonstrative person, like if I had sideburns, like hard sideburns and a white face, and I had muscles, like, people will try me. This is why you always see people who are heavy set or, like, big, they always go into security because they need someone to be around because they know like the bigger you are, the harder you fall, and people like to pick on big people. They like to try them. All right, so I'm average size. I'm not humongous. Um, I can sprint. So like it's all how you want to tailor yourself. I wouldn't say like change your features. I think people just need to accept human patterns. Um, People shouldn't be thrown on top of other people. Like as much space as there is in the world, like people shouldn't be seeing people that they shouldn't be seeing, because you can see a ghost when you look at somebody, and that scares a lot of people, and that's how violence gets started in a lot of places. Like you don't see Asians killing Asians. Asians don't Asians don't sit like, and that's a misnomer. But Asians don't attack each other. They all look the same. This is why that's why their population is so huge. And like the government had to make a mandate where a law where they said you all can only have one child, and then they had to go back and repeal it because like their population is dying off. But like Asians don't kill each other. So I mean, like a Filipino Chinese, they may not get along, but they don't necessarily kill each other. They just know their boundaries. They know human patterns. And that's why I said in that photo of the Iwi people, the San people in Africa, they are more likely to study science and stuff like that. And those are the founders of the Chinese nation, the Chinese empire. Those people in South Africa, the San people, they the ones that migrated to this area over here. And they came from down here. They came up, 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 went to Ethiopia, out, came over, went across, boom. Because you can see right here, it's green, it's green, it's green, it's green, it's green here, it's green here. And you can see right here, it's green all over here. So you can see red as well. But look here, in America, there's wide drops where there's no green and red. All right, so you would think like the people where there's not activity at, they went here, went up, 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 went here, went here, went here, went here. So like we have a unique history as well. We like colder environments in America. We don't like dry humidity. So you can see right here, man. Americans, we fit in more so with people up here in these areas. All right, um, so yeah, I think like you see like right here and right here, these two patterns right here, they're different. They have a boundary line right here. So you can see we're North Africans. Okay, we're Caucasus people. This is why you see that photo that's circulating of the depiction of a phenotype of an African and a Caucasian. We're Caucasians. We're not Africans really. We're really Caucasians. Like me, I would be considered a Caucasian in my phenotyping depiction. All right. I wish I could find that photo. Let me see. Phenotypes, African phenotypes. Um, Caucasian, African, American Indian. I hope I can find that photo. That was a good photo. Um, Phenotypes. All right. And yeah, it's probably on my drive, but it was kind of like this. It was kind of like this. And you know what? While I'm at it, I should go through here because it's probably in here. See more. This is something I was at first trying to find. But like, yeah, you can see right here the different people, and here goes a San person right here. This is the original Chinese, right? And then you got the Sentinelese. They're the original Indian. They're the original East Indian, the British East Indian, right? So you can see him. He's very dark. He has a flat face, and his eyes carved. So he would be what you consider a Chinese. He's Malaysian, but But yeah, I can't find it. So I'm not going to sit here and just say it. I'm going to keep looking for it. Um, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Malaysian. But yeah, that photo with the depictions, that was interesting. I haven't seen that photo in like years. I haven't seen it in like years. But it was just like the other ones. It was just like the other ones. All right. But you can probably find it on uh yeah, you can probably find it on one of the I forgot the name of that website. Right, so you can just look at right here. It's one of these depictions right here. But you can see like a Caucasian is different from an African because both of them have dark skin, but the Caucasian has a Ethiopian nose and the African has a Papua New Guinean nose. All right, so you would think like the African is more crueler in its punishment than the Ethiopian. The Ethiopian is caring. All right, so we notice that a lot. And like, yeah, it's something like this right here. Let me see if it's on here. All right, so no, I can't close out. Mm, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it popped up. Uh, but like, these would be good photos to save, and save for later. Um, See, it's something like this right here. Types of men. Okay, they're popping up with Quoral. I've never really been to that website. All right. Um, Here it is right here. Let me save it. So you have right here a Mongolian, a European, Caucasian, African, Australian, Arctic, and American. So this would be like an Egyptian. This would be like a Moabite. This would be like a Mesopotamian. This would be like um, I would say Ishmaelite, someone who's an Arab. Um, yeah, I'm not sure like all the names, but this will probably um, I don't know. All right, so yeah, you can see right here, his nose is like it's more narrow. His nose is wider. All right, so this looks like Eddie Griffin kinda. This looks like Eddie Griffin a little bit. This does too, but this would be like uh, people who mixed in a lot. This would be like a these two would be like a Bernie Mac. All right, so yeah, pay attention to the clothes. He's wearing like a goth type of clothes. He has a hood on. This person has obviously he has a shield on his head. Um, I'm not sure what this person has. But this person right here, he's in the Arctics. You know, these two right here, that these two are always around each other. These two right here are always around each other. So this person right here is always around him, right here. He is always around the Mongolian, right? And so the African, he doesn't get along with anyone. Okay, so it's something that he knows that, and obviously these are Phoenicians. That's what I want to say. These are Phoenicians really, because like they have a lot of technology. So pay attention to like human patterns. Pay attention to like human activity, and you will see like wars can be prevented. Um, People need to know people. So Yakaki and Midos.